you?
Obviously really excited, and you know, when I first got told when I sort of got the job, yeah, it was amazing. It was like, you know, a prestigious brand, and you know, it's got a great history, and it's very classic and elegant. Yeah, and I think it's, you know, a great partnership, especially for a new artist to have the opportunity to appear in a worldwide ad campaign. It's just, yeah, amazing.
It's incredible. It's amazing the way they've mixed that sort of musician side, and you know, you've got lots of other talents as well. It's not just the face really either, is it?
Yeah, I think, you know, they were really forward thinking, trying to do something a bit different. Like you said, they didn't want just a face, they wanted something, you know, somebody who had talent and, you know, was up and coming.
So tell us about the perfume. Well, what's it like?
I really love sort of citrusy scents, so, you know, it's got top notes of lemon and lime, red berries and toffee apple, and then when it's been on for like an hour or so, it's sort of more sensual, I guess, like musky and, you know, cedarwood.
About the lead up to the campaign, how did you actually get the job?
They were looking obviously for a new artist, so they sort of put the word out to record labels and publishers, and it was through my publisher Warner Chappell that I actually heard about it, so I submitted some songs. I think they started with like 100 girls, and then 3 months later it was down to the final 3. I went to Paris and met the board of Nina Ricci, and they asked me to sing in the boardroom, just stand up and sing a song, and I was like, okay. I was like terrified, yeah, it was so nerve-wracking. I was thinking, I've come this far, I'm not going to let the team down, so it was 3 days later that I got told.
It's incredible stuff, really amazing. Why do you think you were chosen as well? I mean, did they give you some reasons behind it?
They were looking for someone who I guess represented the brand and what Nina Ricci stands for, and, you know, wanted someone who was elegant and feminine, but also fun and a bit edgy, or, you know, had something a bit different about them, and young as well.
So tell us about yourself and how come you've got that sort of edge then?
I think because I'm an artist and I am a musician as well, I guess you could say there's a lot of female singers out there, but I'm definitely a musician first of all, and I've been drumming since I was, you know, 6 years old, and yeah, music's been my life.
Is the drumming quite a good workout, is it?
Yeah, it's really, I mean, you should feel these muscles. Definitely.
So this is your first time in the UAE as well. What are your first impressions?
Well, it's actually my second time here, because I came here on a holiday like 3 years ago, just with a friend. But, you know, I loved it. I loved the weather, the beach, and I wish I could stay for longer this time, but hopefully I'll be back soon.
In terms of sort of fashion designers as well, who are your favourite fashion designers? What are you wearing now, other than obviously Nina Ricci?
Nina Ricci. I've just in the last year, like, really sort of getting into fashion, because I'm, you know, I've done music all my life, and it's through doing, you know, photo shoots and things that I'm learning more about, you know, various brands and stuff. But I love like classic, you know, structured looks, Chanel, Marc Jacobs, Erdem as well. Yeah, just like classic beauty, I guess.
Fashion and music go hand in hand, really, don't they?
Yeah.
Tell us about your sort of your thoughts on that.
I think, you know, they're both very creative things, and they're both ways of expressing yourself, and, you know, either through music or fashion. Yeah, and I think, you know, it's something that everyone, the whole world is interested in both those things. So, you know, you either, I don't know whether you gravitate towards fashion or music, but definitely, you know, both for me.
Your Call of the Wild is on SUPERFAB's iPod. What is the most exciting part of becoming known for you, do you think?
I think it's just seeing people's reaction to my music, and, you know, it's something I've created, and it's, you know, it's amazing when you have a great response and people come up and say, oh, I love this, and, you know, I can't wait for your next song to come out, your next EP, and that's the most satisfying thing. I feel like I'm doing something good.
A lot of these perfumes use well-known faces to launch their product, but this is almost a flip side, like use the perfume to help you, sort of thing. How does that work for you, do you think?
Well, it's been, you know, amazing response I've had from like people Europe and who have seen the commercial, because it launched in Europe at the end of last year, just before Christmas, and you know, they've sort of said, "Oh, who's that?" Like, she's singing in the ad, and like Googled it, and then they brought to my music, and they discovered me as an artist. So it's a great way to sort of get my music out.
Now, you played drums for some big names like Girls Aloud, Kylie, etc. Which has been your big wow moment today? What's the most memorable time you've had?
I think it was either the first week that I started as a house drummer. Girls Aloud were recording their album, and they were all in on the same day, like the first day I started. And I played drums on The Promise, which went to #1 and then won a Brit Award, and it was like amazing seeing it go from a tiny idea to this huge song.
That's amazing.
My other moment was last year when Karl Lagerfeld took my photograph, and that was like amazing. I was quite starstruck actually.
Right, will we be seeing you at the front row shows in Paris now that you're the face of Nina Ricci, do you think?
I hope so. I'd like to be invited. I've been to a few actually to see Nina Ricci and the Chanel show, which was amazing. But the last like 2 fashion weeks, I have been on tour in the UK, just out of coincidence, so I haven't really had a chance to go yet, but hopefully the next one.
Fingers crossed. What sort of advice have you got for SUPERFAB Middle East websites, readers, about how to get what they want? Obviously, you've been very successful in what you've done, you've been determined. What's your advice to them?
I think, you know, just if you have a goal, and you just have to work really hard and stick at it, because I think a lot of people will be demoralised by things, but you've just got to really just see through to the end, and just work really hard, and you'll definitely get